Okay, hey guys, it's StirFry05, and welcome back to another Predation session. Anyway, it's been a while since we've done a Predation session. We've done a lot of sessions in that time, but we haven't recorded them. So one of our main sessions we've done was the Cawdor Complex, which me, Hermione, and two other adventurers did. We got some tech for Sadie, and that's kind of like the adventures we've been doing, just haven't really recorded them. So anyway, let's get started with our session today.
Alright, so you guys are back at Bonehaven, which is your home base. And Hermione, what was your last adventure that we did? We went in search of something for someone, didn't we? To earn a little extra cash?
Yeah.
What happened?
So, there was this old lady. Was she old?
Yeah, she was old.
Yeah. So, there was this old lady, and she was like a baker. She had a bakery in her house. And so, she needed some of these special berries. And so we went to get some of those, then we brought them back for her, and she paid us some noodles.
Excellent. And did you run into any trouble when you were getting those berries?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
What kind of trouble?
Some beetles.
Oh, yeah.
The acid beetles.
That's right. What were the berries? They were sugar beetle berries? Something
like that.
Sugar beetle berries.
Alright, so you get back to town and she paid you the noodles. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was a little bit. And you pass a couple days in town, everything seems to be going okay. And then an explorer wanders into town. He's pretty badly beaten up and damaged. He's covered in scratches and blood, and he's got a broken arm, and he's just fortunate that he was able to get into Bonehaven in time. And word gets around town pretty quickly that this straggler came in, and looks like he's been in some sort of fight. And you guys hear about it while you're out at the market. You hear, hey, there's some new guy in town. Looks like he was badly beaten up. What do you do?
So where is he?
He's probably close to the city gates, to the main entrance.
Okay, and he's not dead. He's just beaten up?
Right.
Okay. I guess I can go see if he needs any help.
Okay. What about you, Hermione?
I guess we'll go with Jerry.
Jerry. Okay. You head up, and there's actually a bit of a crowd already gathering around, and there's a lot of people there, and some of them look pretty concerned, both about his health as well as, does this mean something dangerous is in the nearby area? Is someone else going to get set upon? You come up and you see this guy, and he's in a state of shock, and he's lost a lot of blood. In fact, he's looking really pale and sick, and like there's a good chance that he could die. What do you guys do?
I don't think I have a med kit. I guess I could help him.
Want to try and use the med kit?
Yeah, I'll try it and help him.
Okay, so if you remember to heal, I believe it's an intellect roll, and you say how many hit points you want to try and heal of him, and that's the difficulty. And then the med kit will be an asset.
I'll try 2.
2, okay, so that'll be a difficulty 2. The med kit makes the difficulty 1.
If I don't roll this, that's just 16.
16. So you're able to bandage him up a little bit, and there's not much you can do for that broken bone with your med kit, but you can at least stop some of the major bleeding and maybe put some bandages on him and get him feeling a little better. What about you, Hermione? Do you do anything?
Well, I guess... Has he talked to anyone?
Not really. Do you want to talk to him?
I was gonna see what happened to him.
Okay, what do you say?
Well, hello, I'm Hermione. Are you okay? What happened?
He says, oh, hello, Hermione. Oh, that's gonna hurt my throat. Oh, I think I'll be okay now that I'm in a civilized area. Oh, it was horrible. Oh! And he takes a drink from his canteen and says, I was minding my own business. I was out looking for these little crystals, geode crystals. I make jewelry out of them and sell them along the chalk road, along all the towns. And just a couple days from here, I stumbled into this cave, and I don't even know what happened. The next thing I know, I was crawling out of that cave, fearful for my life, and managed to make it here. If I'd had to go another 6 hours, I probably would have died.
No, what did he take? Was it an animal that hurt him?
Is that what you say?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. Was it an animal?
Oh, I don't know. It was so dark, and I was hit from behind, and it hit me so hard and knocked me into the rocks. I think I was knocked unconscious, and when I came to, I was just crawling for my life to get out of that cave.
Well, the butterflies live in caves. I know that from experience.
Oh, I don't think this was a butterfly. I mean, maybe a moth or something. But well, what's a butterfly?
It's the evil people that are trying to kill.
Evil? Are you sure they're evil?
Well, is he a butterfly?
I don't even know what a butterfly
Okay, good.
is.
I was gonna say.
They come from caterpillars, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. No, they're the people that hate technology, I think.
Oh, I love technology. Not as much as you see, but yes, I love technology.
But they're the people that are trying to kill everybody that use technology.
Oh, I don't have any time for none of that nonsense. I only have enough time to worry about getting food and having a warm bed and shelter over my head every day. I don't even worry about no gangs or clubs or organizations or troops or whatever.
Okay. Do you remember where this cave was located?
It was in a mountain. I could probably take you there. I'd stumbled across it in my wanderings, and although I don't know if I want to go back, you see. I just barely made it out with my life. Now you shouldn't go in there, that's for sure.
Well, you see, I'm a pretty famed adventurer, not to brag.
I've never heard of you.
In this town I am.
Okay, well.
I can go check it out and try and find out what hurt you.
All right.
If you wanted me to do that.
Well, it's your life you're risking.
Okay.
Just leave me in your will, because I'll be getting a payday here pretty soon.
Yep. Okay. Well, so he doesn't want to take us there, so he's too scared of it.
I'll draw you a map of sorts.
Okay.
I'm not very talented with maps. I'm talented with jewelry, but that's totally different. Making jewelry and drawing pictures is not even the same thing. So.
Okay.
Well, you got something to write on? Yes, Hermione?
Could you make a map out of jewelry?
Oh, I bet I could. It might take me a while. I'll have to wait for this arm to heal up, but I could do my best.
No.
With one arm.
I think a paper map would be fine.
Well, you got some writing paper and instruments? Pencil or pen or crayon?
Crayon.
I have, I can maybe get him a brown crayon.
Do I dare ask where it come from?
No, I wouldn't.
Do you have a cat at home? Straight out of the litter box?
We could take a stick and put it in some paint.
What? Or to get the paint?
I don't know. Steal it from somebody.
What? Why would we want to do that?
You guys are talking about crime out here in front of everybody. I'm surprised this town puts up with you.
Well, she's talking about crime in front of everybody. I don't have any writing utensils, I don't think.
Well, so much for that plan, I guess.
We could take a stick and put it in the mud for like a brown crayon. Or a brown pencil.
You can just ask some townsfolk if anyone's got a pen and pencil or something.
You're coming up with like weird devices. Okay. I'll ask around if anybody has a pencil or something.
And Monte happens to be right there next to you. Oh, yes. And he pulls out a pad of sketch paper and several pens and pencils. And do you have a preference for what you'd like?
A map.
No, well, I've got some map paper right here. And he produces a sheet of thicker waterproof paper and hands it to you along with several pens with waterproof ink that will write and be permanent and not smudge in the rain or if they happen to get wet.
Okay. So could you draw us the map?
Well, I don't know. You may have to refresh my memory on where I'm at and what's around here.
You're in Bonehaven.
Bonehaven,
Where I dino wrestling.
Oh, I know that place. Oh, yeah. I came here as a kid and used to watch the wrestling. And all right, let me draw this map here. I'm gonna have a difficulty set for him to draw the map, and you guys can. We'll have to try and interpret it to understand what he's drawing.
Would that be intellect?
It'd be an intellect task. Do you have any skills or anything that might help you to interpret a map?
Knowledge.
I
Puzzle
have
solving.
navigation.
Navigation would help.
Okay, and it's a skill.
Okay.
So
Are you trained in it or specialized?
specialized it.
So that decreases it by 2 levels.
Okay.
So the difficulty is going to be 4. So it'll drop it down to 2, and you can spend effort if you like.
I'll spend an intellect.
So that'll cost you 3 intellect, and do you have an edge?
No.
So you'll go from 12 down to 9. All right. So that's difficulty 1.
There we go. Okay. 3. Oh,
Oh, you barely made it.
I wouldn't have spent that.
3.
Because you'd spent effort. So you look at the map and you're like, oh, I kind of know where this is. It's a area that you maybe haven't really explored much, but you know it's close to some other areas that you've been to. It's probably take you a day and a half to get there, if the map is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. So let's set out.
all right. So just the 2 of you. You taking your companions?
Well, of course I'm gonna take Glenn.
You gonna take Ginger?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need him.
You guys set out right then, or do you wait till morning, or
Let me just check.
till nightfall?
Gary, he'd be great.
You can't take Gary with you.
Oh, I like Gary.
He's got a job to do.
Yep, he's on the job. But I guess I want to just head out right now.
Okay.
All right. So you head out and you walk down the chalk road for a better part of half a day. It's pretty uneventful. Not much seems to bother you. In fact, you don't pass any traffic on the chalk road, which is not abnormal. The closer you get to like Kelano, the big city, the more traffic there will be. The Bonehaven wasn't expecting a caravan or anything today, so it's not unusual to not find anybody. You reach the spot where you know you need to set off into the jungle to reach the cave complex, according to the map, and you trudge right in. Now, as you're walking, it starts to get kind of hot. It's about midday, and maybe a little bit after midday, just after lunchtime. It's getting hot, and the bugs are all coming out, and there's really not much of a trail or a path here. Maybe a few little pathways, but it's overgrown with brush, so you're probably having to kind of hack away at it with knives and try and push it aside. It gets pretty thick. In fact, for a while here, you almost have a hard time keeping track of your bearings, but because you are specialized in navigation, you're able to kind of keep yourself on track. After a while, you hear this
Oh no.
kind of a buzzing sound.
Titanic drones.
Something's off in the distance.
Um,
And it's in the direction that you need to head. Do you want to go towards it or try and go like far around it?
I'll go sneakily towards it.
Okay, you're going to need to make like a stealthy type roll. It's going to be a speed skill.
Actually, before I do that, could I try and identify it?
Sure. What
I have
skills do you
dinosaur
have?
information.
Okay, yeah, make it. That'll be an intellect roll.
Okay.
Be a difficulty 3. Your skill drops it down to a 2.
I'll just try. 18.
18. Yeah. So you recognize that is an insect type sound. It's not a reptilian sound. It's some sort of insect. Sounds like the wings of flying insects.
Like a Meganura.
Possibly.
Possibly. Okay, I think... Are they, like, passive?
Well, you're not exactly positive what it is,
Oh, okay.
but it could be honeybees. It could be
Oh, that's true.
any sort of thing.
Well, we fought bees once, and they were not nice bees. So if it's a honeybee, that's horrible. I think I'll just go towards it.
What about you, Hermione?
I guess I'll go towards it with Jerry.
Okay. You walk in. It's got to be the right direction because that buzzing is getting louder and louder. And pretty quick, you come into a small clearing and you see this object. It looks like a giant, like a paper egg, and it's about 40 feet tall. It's huge. It's just massive.
An egg?
but it's like a hive, like a wasp nest or beehive type thing. Just like a big, giant gray paper egg-looking structure. There's a huge hole at the top, and there are these giant bees coming out of this hole. And each bee is probably like the size of a large dog. They're pretty big.
Well, is the cave like past this?
It's quite a ways past it. You can go around this, or you could go in and explore this a little bit if you wanted to.
Well, I'll probably get attacked by some bees.
Well, maybe. You never know. Do you have a beekeeper costume that you can wear?
No. What do I have? Yeah, I think I'll die if I try to go in there, so maybe I'll just go around it.
Okay. So you head around to the right, and there's a huge drop-off, like a cliff face. You can climb down it. It'll be rough going, or you can see what's around the other side of the giant hive.
How far down is it?
It's probably about a 60-foot drop.
60 feet.
But it looks like there's some handholds and ledges you could probably try and climb down.
Well, I have a rope, so...
Well, that'd be an asset for sure.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll go check the other side first.
You want to go check the other side?
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to die from falling.
You've been in the area for a while, and your scent is kind of filling the air, so you're going to have to make like a stealth or sneaky roll, just to not get their attention. And you'll both have to make one.
Okay.
20.
And then you got to roll it.
Whoops. Sorry, that was a little hard. 11.
Okay, the difficulty was 3, so you both
Okay.
succeed. You go around to the other side, and there is like a large burrow in the ground. It's pretty big. You could crawl into this burrow. You don't know if it's occupied, recently used. It's just a huge burrow in the ground, and it's about 50 feet away from this giant hive that's sat on the ground.
Is this a cave? Maybe we can find?
It's pretty small. It's probably not a cave. It looks like an animal burrow.
I don't really know why I need to use the burrow.
Okay, you want to just keep going around it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You sneak around, and the jungle's pretty thick. It's going to be difficult to get through here without making a lot of noise. Are you okay with making a lot of noise?
No, probably not. There's probably like a ginormous T-Rex like behind a tree.
I don't know.
I'll try to go sneakily, kind of like quieter.
Okay, so you'll need to make a stealth roll.
I don't have any assets in that. Okay.
You can spend speed points if you want.
Yeah, I'll spend a couple speed points, and I have an edge in that, so 14.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. 7.
So it was a 3, that went down to a 2, so you made it.
I need to spend these points.
You need to try and do that as well. It'd be a difficulty 3 stealth.
Can I spend some?
Speed.
Is my health back?
Yeah, everything should be back to
Yeah.
normal.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys don't have to cross out the maximum number.
Yeah.
Just write the new number up in the box.
Some scary bees.
So if you're going to spend some speed points, it'll cost you 3, and you don't have an edge, so one level would be 3 points, taking from 12 down to 9.
There you go.
Alright, so difficulty 2, 6 or higher, and you got
6.
a 6. So
Oh.
good thing you spent those speed points.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are able to get through the brush, and you actually make it around behind the hive, and looking at the map and the direction of the sun, you can kind of continue on your way. So you're able to negotiate that. But you wonder, if there wasn't something cool inside that hive. You never know.
Oh no! Now you're tempting me to go back there and look in it.
Well, you never know what you might find in a beehive. Probably lots of honey,
Oh.
lots of angry bees.
What
But
about the burrow?
I don't know. Could have been something in there. But all right, so we'll
What if
continue
it was like
on.
a Pego mass tax to steal things?
Could have been treasure chest too.
Oh, I'm gonna look at it on our way out.
We'll see.
Can't stand it now.
It could also be some bees living in the ground. Maybe that was their way to get into the bottom of the hive or something. You don't know.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. So you continue on your way, and pretty quick you see this large hillside in the distance. It's pretty close, and you do see the opening of a cave, and there's kind of loose rocks and stuff all around it. You'll have to climb up these loose rocks. It might be a little bit too loose. You could start a little bit of a rock slide, but you just got to be careful getting up there.
Okay.
Okay.
Would that be a
I
might?
guess I'll just try to get up there.
Speed.
Might or speed.
I'll use might. And I have an edge in it.
Okay.
So that should be 13.
So Hermione scrambles right up the loose rocks. And go ahead.
16.
And you also managed to get up there
I didn't need to use those might
without
points.
much. Well, it's okay. You never know.
Never know.
You get up there without much difficulty, and you're at the mouth of the cave. And this must be the right place because you notice that there is some dried blood scraped on the rocks right here by the entrance.
Okay. So this is where he comes to get jewelry, correct? Like
Well,
gems.
he was coming to get some gems.
That means there's probably gems in there.
Let me switch the music over.
I could get some gems or some money, some noodles.
Or you could not.
Yeah, I might give some gems to just get some noodles if we have a little extra time. I'll see.
Okay.
So what does it look like on just on the very entrance? What does it look like?
So it looks like this cave is about... Here the opening is actually quite large. It's maybe about 12 feet high and about maybe 3 or 4 feet wide. Probably not wide enough for both of you to walk side by side, but you're not cramped in here. It seems to narrow down as it comes in, but enough that you should be able to walk standing upright. You're not going to have to crawl or anything.
Okay.
There is no light in this cave, so you'll need to have some sort of light source.
I have a candle.
I have candles.
Okay, you want to light a candle?
Yep.
Okay. The
Also-
birthday candles?
Yeah, no. I hope not.
Like it says 2 on it.
It's for 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That's your candles. It's not a candle for 1, it's a candle for 2.
I'm gonna tie a rope around myself and hand it to Hermione because she's behind me. So if I fall, then I got something holding on to me.
And she's just holding the rope.
Yeah. Maybe you could tie it around yourself too.
Okay.
What sort of knots would you use?
I would use a bowline.
Bowline knot? That'd be a good one. Alright, and Hermione, she ties a mean granny knot. You do a granny knot?
No.
No, because they slip. So you probably want to do a bowline too.
If you can find out how to do a bowline.
She's been practicing.
Okay.
Remember the eel comes out of the hole around the log and back into the hole?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So, you tie the rope onto yourselves. Now, the candle doesn't provide a ton of light, but it's better than nothing. And so you start walking into the cave, and immediately it takes a dip downwards into the darkness.
My rope was a good idea.
Yep. And it's actually quite warm in here. The air is kind of thick and stifling. You wonder if there isn't some sort of geyser or some sort of like lava tube or something in there. 'Cause a lot of caves are cold. This one's warm.
Bats.
So you sneak down into the cave, and right away you notice that there's looks almost like white paint all over the walls and the floor.
Bat
in
poop.
Here. Bat poop?
Yeah, whatever it's called. What's bat poop called?
Guano?
Yeah, it's guano.
So it's guano? So is an iguana made out of bat poop?
No.
No.
I hope not.
No.
I've touched an iguana, so I hope not.
Yeah. We might have eaten iguana in Belize too. They said it was chicken, but I don't know. It didn't look like a wing.
Well, so I think that's bat poop because it's like white smears all over a cave, and that's probably bat poop.
Okay, and in fact, it starts to stink a lot, like ammonia, like poo and pee smell.
Like bat poop.
Kind of. You want to taste it and see if it is?
No, I'm good.
All
I'll
right.
probably get ammonia.
Probably.
So I'm just gonna keep my wait, it's probably flammable. Oh no, our candles.
No.
Should we find out?
No.
No. I'm just gonna be careful with my candle.
Okay. Do you want to send like one of your companions in to scout ahead?
Well, my companion's tiny. Could probably get swooped up by a bat and
Maybe.
eaten. I think I'll just keep him with me.
Okay. You walk into the cave, and pretty quick you see that there's a steep drop off to the right and a little ledge along the left hand side. You have to kind of shimmy sideways across this ledge, but then it goes back into like another chamber. And the drop off from your candlelight, you can't see how far down it is. It could be 20 feet, could be 200 feet. You want to try and sneak along that ledge?
I'll say after you, Hermione.
Ladies first.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're gonna sneak across that ledge?
Sure.
Okay. So you're gonna have to make a roll for that. It's gonna be a speed roll to see how agile and stuff you can be to not slip and fall.
And remember, I'm holding a rope on, so.
So the rope won't help you cross, but if you fall, it'll help save your life. So is there anything else, any assets or skills might come into play here?
I don't think Hermione has anything. So you just want to try?
Okay.
19?
19. So that even gives you a minor effect. So that's good. So you just sneak right on across. And in fact, along the way, you found an area that looked a little iffy, like the rocks might crumble off the ledge, and you point that out to Jerry and say, "Don't step on this spot right here," and you kind of point it out to him.
Okay.
So now Jerry's turn to come across.
And I have an asset, right?
Sure.
Okay. 8. With the asset and the rope.
Okay.
Okay. Woo!
So you actually you avoid the spot that was crumbling, and right at the very end you kind of lose your balance a little, but Hermione pulls you over with the rope and you're able to jump to safety. So that was close.
My rope.
Very close. All right, you continue on for a little ways, and from the candlelight you can see like twinkling lights up ahead, reflected in the light. They're high, kind of up towards the ceiling, like up along a wall, and up along the ceiling you see all these little twinkling lights. And there's maybe some handholds you could try and climb. It's probably like a 20-foot climb to get up to the twinkling lights.
Okay, I have a skill in climbing.
Okay, you want to climb up there?
Yeah, I'll try. And I'll also use some might points.
Okay.
So that would be an 11. Okay, I want to get some gems. 13.
Oh yeah, so you're able to get up there. As you get closer, now you're not holding your candle, it's just because you can't hold your candle and climb.
Mm-hmm.
As you get closer, you realize
They're
those
bats.
twinkling lights are not gems.
They're bats!
They're bat eyes.
I knew it!
So you get a GM intrusion. So you give one to Miss Pick and you keep one. The bats suddenly fly off of the chamber wall and fly all around you. So first thing you're going to have to do is make a roll to not fall because it startled you.
Okay.
So that's going to be a might roll to stay
I
on
have
the
balanced.
wall. That's going to help you.
Okay.
So that'll be an asset. It'll be a might roll.
It would climbing also?
No, because you're not really climbing. You're just trying not to fall off.
Okay. 9?
Because you had balance,
Whew.
you needed a 9, so you're able to hold on. All right, now we're going to roll for initiative. So, you guys roll the dice. You want to beat 9. You both do. Okay, so it's going to go Jerry, Hermione, then the bats.
Okay.
Okay, so Jerry, what do you do?
Well, I'm up there right now next to the bats.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and just like whoosh, and just hit the ceiling. It'll probably make the bats scatter.
Okay, you want to try that?
Yeah.
So you're not aiming at a bat in particular?
No.
Okay, so you fire up at the ceiling.
Well, I'm not firing. I'm pulling out my mace and.
I thought you said crossbow.
Oh, I might have. Sorry, I meant mace though.
Okay, so and what are you doing with your mace?
I'm just gonna slam up there.
Okay, so you take your mace and you bang it up against the rocks, and actually a few loose rocks kind of fall down, and Hermione has to dodge out of the way, almost gets hit in the head by some rocks. These bats don't seem to be very large. They're pretty small, about the size of your hand. And
Brown
they're
bats?
just, yeah, little brown bats, and they're flying all over and getting in your hair and kind of scratching you as they try and fly off the wall to safety. Hermione, what do you do?
I should have done that.
Where are the bats now?
Well, they're flying. Some are flying out of the cave, some are flying deeper into the cave. A lot of them are flying around Jerry.
Oops.
Well, can I try to slice one?
You want to
With
slice
your
me
knife
up?
as they fly by. They're pretty quick and pretty tough, but you can try.
Okay, and my knife gives me a
Gives you a decreases the difficulty by 1. Okay, go ahead and roll.
What I have to roll?
I'm not gonna tell you.
10.
That hits. You slash one, whoosh, and you stick it right in the little soft belly, and it squeaks out, squeak, 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 and falls down to the ground, and then hops up and flies away.
You hurt the little bat.
Poor bat.
Mm-hmm. Do your companions do anything?
Nope. I just wanted to see if there's gems under the bats.
Okay, well you can kind of wait till the bats all fly out. So that on the bats' turn, they're flying all around and kind of buzzing both of you, and they don't seem to be real aggressive, but they're just more scared and startled. But you're going to have to make another roll to not fall down. That's sort of like their attack roll.
Balance.
So it'll be a defense roll, but you can use
Speed,
balance.
defense, and balance.
Okay.
So that's 2 assets.
Yep.
Okay. 8.
Yeah, perfect. So you're able to stay on and kind of sort of duck your head and protect your eyes and face as the bats fly around, and then pretty quickly they settle down. They're all cleared from the area around you, and looking up you can still see more little twinkling lights all along the ceiling. And now you notice that sometimes they blink.
Like more bats?
Like more bats higher up.
What? More bats?
But they're up pretty high. Like they're probably not going to bother you. And looking at the rocks, you see that there weren't really any gems here. It was just the bat eyes. But you can go deeper into the cave if you like.
Okay.
Want to do that? Go deeper into the cave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. We went off of our cave music.
We got jungle music.
Let's get back
Bats.
to the cave.
I just wanted to get a gem.
Alright, hang on.
Poor bat that you sliced. He's probably having a bad day now.
No, I'm sorry, little bad.
You head a little bit further into the cave, and pretty quick you can smell some sort of like stinky egg sort of smell. It smells like something
Like sulfur?
like sulfur. And Hermione looks at Jerry and says, "Hey, not right now. We're in a cave." And Jerry says, "That wasn't me."
It was you.
No, it wasn't.
So you keep heading into the cave, and the smell's getting stronger.
The blamer, the flamer.
Alright, so you continue into the cave?
Yeah. I'm gonna keep my eye open for gems though.
Okay. So now you notice that along the whole ceiling, you walk for a good 15 minutes, there's still just twinkling eyes up there. There are thousands upon thousands of little bats in this cave.
There's like so many bats.
And then pretty quick it drops into a chamber, and you can see this green gas kind of bubbling up from a vent in the chamber, and it kind of comes into the cave a little bit, but there's like a natural chimney that it's bubbling up out of the chimney. But it still is pretty stinky. It's really strong. In fact, you think that you might pass out if you spend too much time in that gas, but you're going to have to, if you want to go deeper in the cave, you're going to have to get past that little gas vent.
Okay, I'll try to get past it.
So you're just going to walk past it, or
No.
what are you going to do?
Can I clog it? Like put something over it?
Well, looking at it, it looks like it's about the size of like a basketball or so. So if you could find a large enough rock, you could probably try it.
I'll try to do that.
Okay. Look around for some rocks, and there's quite a few smaller ones. Then you find one that you think's large enough. You're going to have to get fairly close to that in order to plug it up, though. So you gonna just grab the rock and go for it, or?
Could I try to put something around my mouth like a cloth?
Yeah, you probably got some cloth. In fact, you got a spare pair of underwear you put over your head. And
Okay.
I don't know that it's any much better than smelling the sulfur gas, but you put a pair of underpants over your mouth and carry the rock down. It's pretty hard to see, and the smell's pretty bad. You're going to have to make a might check in order to get down there.
Okay. I don't want to use more might points. I've used a bunch already. See? 9. It's a 9.
So it was a difficulty 4. So you're going to lose 3 might points just from choking.
Oh, you have to use it anyway, so.
But then you're able to get the. So you have to go at 8.
Well, I have an edge, so.
Well, no, if you take damage, you don't subtract the edge.
Oh, okay.
So did you have 11?
Mm-hmm.
So then you went down to 8. You only use the edge if you're spending effort.
Okay.
But you're able to get it plugged up. And you put it in place, and there's still just a little bit kind of seeping out, but the air immediately is getting clearer and cleaner as it's going up the vent. So you're able to pull those underpants down. Take a deep breath, and you probably got some little, well, never mind. So then you guys are able to get past the vent. So that was clever thinking. That was a good job. Deeper into the cave you go, and Now you start to notice that there are what looks to be, rather than just all the little twinkling lights, there's some are red and some are blue and some are green.
The gems.
And they're higher up. It's only as you get into like this really large cavern, like underground, like a huge room about the size of our house, that you can see the different colored lights up there.
Okay, so how high is the ceiling? Like
here it's like 40 feet. It's pretty high. In the middle of the room, you see there's this tall spire, like a pillar that seems like a stalagmite or stalactite that goes all the way up to the roof. And it's pretty big around. It's probably, as big around as a giant tree.
Does it have gems on it?
You don't see any down low, but it looks like there's maybe some up a little bit higher.
Okay.
So what do you do?
I'm gonna try and climb up that pillar to get some gems.
Okay. You'll have to make some sort of climbing rolls and stuff.
I have climbing as one of my skills. Also, could I use speed for this? Because I have climbing for a skill. Could I also use speed points?
It would be more might points.
Okay, I'll use might points then. Okay, so I have my climbing ability and I use some might points, so that should lower it by 2. Be good. 18.
That is okay.
Okay, so I can get my gems. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and climb up the spire. I got an 18, and then I use my climbing and my might. So, yeah.
Okay, so you're able to climb up. There's enough handholds. You get up there, and you do see there's some. They're pretty small, but they're definitely some raw gems that could be. They're probably not worth a ton until they're cut and fashioned into.
Maybe I could sell it to the jeweler.
Exactly. Do you want to try and pry some out of there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna find out they're like a giant rock beast.
How are you gonna pry them out?
I have a pry bar.
Okay. You may not need a pry bar. Like if you have a knife, that would probably work as well.
Don't have a knife.
Okay, you can use your pry bar.
Okay.
It's pretty awkward to try and use.
Okay.
But
Can I say like Hermione? Can you toss me your knife?
You're gonna throw the knife and like stick him in the leg with it.
That'd be so mad. You want to toss it up to me?
Okay.
Do you have any skills that can help with that? I mean, I guess I'll just use my pry bar. It's probably safer. I have a solar chainsaw.
That might not work.
I have a laser headset.
That probably won't work. I think my pry bar is the best bet right now. So I'm just going to use my pry bar, and I'm going to try and pry out some of the gems. I'm going to pry out as many as I can. Hopefully this works. Did I make a roll?
Yep, you'll have to make a roll. 1 is just to stay balanced, and 2 is to get it out. It won't be too difficult.
I have balance.
Yeah, that'll help you. So
Okay.
It's like a difficulty 2 at this point.
I got this. 17.
Yeah, so that works. You're able to pop out probably a good handful of the gems, and you throw them into some pouches. So you'll at least not leave empty-handed.
I gotta keep getting my gems.
And now you notice once you've picked most of the smaller gems off this pillar. Did you set your alarm? Let me see your watch. You're gonna have to take it off. So leave it.
Didn't set an alarm, but
Well, I've heard the buttons beeping.
Maybe it's a bat. It's sonar.
No, the alarm is set on here.
didn't set it.
Maybe it's a bat sonar.
Alright, hang on, sorry.
It's not mine.
No, it's not yours. I don't know what that is. Oh well. Oh, it's probably your red watch. Wherever that is. Remember your old one?
Put that in the car.
Oh.
I don't know.
Alright, well, it stopped. So, anyway, you can put that back on. The alarm was turned on that, so whatever you had done, it had the little alarm button on there. From up here, you see that there's a ledge. It looks like another cave opening, even up higher. So if you want to go deeper into the cave, you can go up into that opening. Follow him, Hermione?
Sure.
Well, you have to climb up.
Okay.
Ooh, this again. Okay, so the ledge is it? You have to you have to use the pillar to get up to it?
Yeah, she'll have to climb up the pillar.
Okay.
So can you help her get up?
I don't know if I could. I'm already up there.
Well, you got rope hanging down from you, don't you?
True. Actually, it's
probably-
tied around Hermione's.
So you could use that. Well, you guys never told me you untied it, so I'm assuming that
Yeah.
it's still tied between you. So when you get up there, you can maybe help pull her up if you needed to.
Okay.
So you'll need to make a climbing roll, Hermione.
15.
Oh, good job. So you managed to get up there as well. It's a pretty large opening up here, too. It's probably 10 feet across, and you can walk in through here pretty comfortably. It stinks up here, too. Like maybe some of that sulfur gas is sort of accumulated up here or something. As you walk in, it's still dark. You just have the little light of your candles illuminating your way. And all of a sudden, Glenn starts to get really nervous. He's kind of like pawing at you, trying to like hide behind your leg. And Ginger starts to get a little nervous too. She's trying to hide her face in your hair.
I'm gonna be like, what is it, Glenn?
And he looks at you and wishes he could talk to you and tell you exactly what he
Companion
is thinking.
connector.
So what does that do?
Touch a willing non-human to communicate telepathically. Lasts up to 24 hours and under 1 mile distance.
Okay, you want to do it?
Yep.
You want to spend your cipher?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and cross it out. So you use your cipher to talk to Glenn. What do you ask him?
I'm gonna ask him what's the matter.
It doesn't come across as like a voice or words, but more images. And he has an image of danger, of giant teeth, of claws, of
Oh no.
some sort
a
of animal.
Megalosaurus. They live in caves.
From his image, you can't really see any sort of specific creature, but you definitely get the sense that he is worried about something dangerous in this cave.
Oh boy.
Just then it thunders outside.
Well, I'm gonna keep asking him, could you describe it a little better? Like, could you see it from here?
You can't see it. All you see is darkness.
He can smell it.
You can smell it. And you get a smell of animal. And it doesn't smell like reptile. In fact, it smells like bats.
A ginormous bat.
So,
Uh-oh.
what do you do?
I'm gonna pull out my laser crossbow and get ready to fight a big old bat.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask him like about how far it is, maybe? Like the smell's coming from?
You get the sense that it's very near. Like maybe 30 or 40 feet away.
Okay,
Just past the edge of your candlelight.
can I like chuck a rock over there?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay, so you find a small, kind of an egg-sized rock, and you throw it. And, like, you throw it as hard as you can.
No, just like to wake something up.
You throw it, and you hear it, like, kind of clatter, bang, 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 down the hallway. Like there was nothing there. But you just threw it, like, past the edge of your candlelight.
Okay,
And you don't hear any noise in return.
maybe it's on the ceiling?
Well, you look up, the ceiling's only a couple feet up above you, so probably not. It's probably a little bit further in this.
Okay, I'll just keep going down the cave then.
Okay, as you head down the cave, all of a sudden you can hear breathing.
Does Glenn have night vision? No. Is it right in front of us? I'm just gonna blast.
You think it's just past the candlelight.
I'll chuck another rock and get ready to shoot.
Just then, a huge... Well, as you chuck the rock, I'll say that, you throw it, instead of like clattering down the hallway, it's like a kind of a thump against some sort of animal. And just then, this giant
Oh no.
brown bat starts to scramble down the hallway right towards you guys.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Make an initiative roll. You got to beat a 15. If you have improved initiative, that'll help you.
I Yep, I do.
Here's
+1 with companion. So if I have my companion, he helps me with initiative.
Okay, so that's so it'll be difficulty 4 for you.
I don't have initiative.
Okay, just go ahead and roll.
3.
You roll.
Oh, no. 12.
So the bat, and then Hermione, and then Jerry.
Oh boy.
So I'm assuming Jerry was in the lead. He's the one been throwing rocks.
I thought we were right next to each other.
You guys right next to each other?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell you what. Roll that 6-sided die. Even, Hermione, odd, Jerry.
Oh boy.
Hermione.
Yay! I'm safe.
The bat rushes in and tries to take a bite out of you, and you can see these giant white teeth dripping with saliva. Make a defense roll. Do you have like speed defense or anything?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, you can use speed points if you want.
Okay.
So it'll cost you 3. You don't have an edge, so it'll take you down to 6.
It's a big brown bat. I wonder how big his wingspan is.
I don't know. Probably can't open them fully in this little cave.
I wonder where this brown bat came from.
Okay, make a roll.
3.
The bat lunges in and chomps you for 5 points of might damage. Do you have armor?
Mm-hmm.
4 points of might damage. So your might goes from 12 down to 8.
Okay.
No, it's Hermione's turn.
I just went.
No, you just got attacked.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn.
Okay.
Just stab it with your knife.
Okay.
Or shoot it with your laser headset. That does a lot more damage.
Okay, I'll shoot it with my laser headset.
Okay, so what does your laser headset do?
It's 4 damage.
Okay, but it doesn't give you an advantage to hit. If you want to spend speed points, you can do that to make it easier to hit.
Okay.
Or you can use your slingshot or your knife because it's right on top of you.
Use my laser.
Okay, or remember you've got like your onslaught and stuff that you can use.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up to you. You want to use the laser headset?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so make a speed roll.
1.
That's a GM intrusion, but you don't get the experience points. Your laser headset, it must have got jostled, like when the bat hit you. In fact, you came back and you sort of glanced it off the wall, and it's not working. So you go to use it, and it just kind of sparks and fizzes. So your laser headset's not working.
Uh-oh.
Are you going to have your Ginger do anything?
No.
All right, I'm going to go to your turn.
Well, it's right up next to us now, isn't it?
Yep.
I guess I'll pull out my mace and just whack it.
Okay.
So, okay. 4. Why are my rolls so bad? Stupid dice. You're right.
So you are not able to do any damage to it.
I'll Glenn bite it then.
Okay, so it's gonna be a interaction roll, difficulty 3 intellect to make Glenn do what you want.
17. There we go.
So Glenn's gonna try and attack it. So do you want to attack for Glenn?
Okay.
Next
Roll
pick?
good.
Okay. 11.
11's not quite enough. So Glenn rushes in and starts snapping, but he's just not able to connect.
I can't imagine that.
So now it's the bat's turn. Well, it's right on Hermione. It's just gonna lunge and try to bite again. Make a defense roll.
Good luck.
7.
It's gonna be 5 more might, but your armor reduces it to 4.
Oh boy, one more hit and your might's down.
So go from 8 down to 4.
All
You
right.
guys have ciphers and stuff.
I use my cipher.
You have another cipher, don't you?
Yeah, I guess. I could use stim, reduces the difficulty of the next 3 tasks by 3 levels.
Well, it might help you to hit it.
Yep.
Alright, so are you going to have Ginger do anything?
No.
Okay. Alright, Jerry, your turn.
I'm gonna use my stim cipher.
Okay.
So it reduces things by 3 levels.
So of your next task.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is
So,
that going to be an attack?
yes, I'm
Okay.
gonna hit him with my mace, which, so.
Now, hang on. You can spend effort too, remember, to hit. To either reduce the difficulty of the attack or to increase the damage that it does. And you have an effort of 2. So you could spend like some speed points to make it easier to hit. You could spend 2 levels,
Of speed
and
points.
it would actually make it an automatic hit. Or you could spend 2 levels to make it do an additional 6 points of damage, or you could do 1 level of speed to hit and 1 level of speed for damage. So do 3 extra points of damage.
What level is this bat?
Well, you don't know.
Oh.
First time you've ever encountered one.
Okay, I'll spend 1 to help me hit and 1 for extra damage.
Okay, so that's gonna. So let's figure out the cost. No, hang on.
Well, it was 4. I have an edge of 1, so.
No, it's gonna be different. So, what was your speed before you just
It was
erased
14.
it? Okay, so 14. So to use effort, the first level costs you 3. The second level costs you 2. So that's 5. And then what's your edge?
1.
So it's going to cost you 4.
So yeah, 10.
Perfect. Okay, so
It should be an automatic hit,
it's
right?
not an automatic hit.
So it's a level 5.
Yep. So you need to make a roll. You need to get 3 or higher.
14.
Good. So you hit for 6 plus 3, so 9 points of damage. He does have an armor of 1, so it takes it down to 8 points of damage. That was a good hit, though. That was really good. Are you going to have Glenn?
Yeah, I'll have him try and attack it again.
Okay, so make an interaction roll.
14.
All right, Glenn.
Again?
Try and chomp him.
Don't fail me, Glenn. 4.
And he just chomps at the air and misses. All right, now the bat just took a big hit from that mace. It turns and just swipes with its claw and tries to knock Jerry backwards or damage him, like rip him open with that claw. So you're gonna have to make a defense
I have speed
roll.
defense.
Okay, so that'll make it a little easier.
It's a level 5. That's a really hard difficulty.
Well, so now it's a difficulty 4, or you can spend speed points.
I'll spend some speed.
Okay.
Okay.
That's difficulty 3, so 9 or higher.
It's really hard still. 10.
10. So because you spent those speed points, you're able to dodge out of the way. All right, Hermione, your turn.
Okay. Is it like right next to me still? Then I guess I'll take my knife and
Stab him. Okay. That'll be a difficulty 5. The knife makes it a 4.
Okay. 4.
Oh. And you go to stab, but he had moved just out of the way, and you end up stabbing the rocks. And probably because you've taken 2 big bites, you're a little bit woozy and stuff. You gonna have Hermione or Ginger do anything?
No.
You should have her try it. It's
All
more
right.
attack.
That's okay. Your turn, Jerry.
okay. I'm gonna try and hit him with my mace again,
Okay.
and
So we'll be back to difficulty 5.
I'll use my speed.
Okay, how are you gonna use it? How many levels
2, and I'm gonna use them both on trying to make it easier to hit
to
him.
hit? Okay, so it's a difficulty 3 to hit him.
Okay, so wait, difficulty 3?
Yeah.
I thought I had some.
Because it was 5 and you used 2 levels. So 9 or higher.
Okay. 7.
7. Oh.
This is like impossible to hit him. He's too high.
Well, you just got to roll higher than a 7. You have a 55% chance of hitting him by using that effort.
I'm gonna run out though, so that's probably the last I can use it. I'll run out soon.
Well, you can use on your turn. You can regain some points. Or if Hermione's got ciphers, or you don't have to stand and fight him. You could run away. But you're gonna have Glenn chomp at him. Okay, so make an interaction roll.
6 doesn't do it.
Not quite enough. So what does Glenn do? He doesn't attack him, but what does he do instead?
So he walks a little bit forth to try to attack him, and then he gets distracted by something.
He's like, ooh, something shiny, and he's looking at the ground, and maybe he sees his reflection in the fresh bat poop. Alright, so the bat now is going to turn and bite at Jerry.
Okay.
Make a defense roll.
I have speed defense. I'm not gonna spend any points.
Is it a 4?
15.
And you're able to kind of push his head to the side, and now you can just bring your mace down on your turn.
Okay.
But what are you going to do, Hermione?
Stab him again?
Okay.
Now I'm going to say, since he is engaged now with Jerry, that he kind of exposes his back to you, makes him a little bit easier to hit. So he'll go from a 5 to a 4. Your knife makes it a 3, so 9 or higher.
20.
20. So you can do an additional damage, or you can do a major effect.
Take the extra damage.
Okay, extra damage.
Extra damage, you're sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So how much does your knife do?
3, I think.
No,
No, 2.
Oh.
2.
Yeah, 2.
So 2, and then you do an extra 4, so 6, but his armor reduces it down to a 5. So he's taken 13 hit points of damage.
How many hit points does he have?
Well, he doesn't have a whole lot left. He's probably got like maybe 7 left. You don't know that, but just to kind of help you guys out. So does Ginger do anything?
You should have her attack.
Okay.
All right, make an interaction roll to have her attack.
13.
Yep. Make an attack for Ginger.
Be lucky, Mr. Dice. 17.
You just set that.
I did not set that down.
It's on camera.
See, you made me do that.
That's a 1. All right, so Ginger.
Okay.
Oh, no, you don't have to spend it for Ginger.
18.
Unless you want to. Okay. Spent your experience point for Ginger. So how much damage does Ginger do?
What did she do? Oh, 2 damage.
Okay, so the armor reduces it by 1, but the 18 gives you a +2.
So that's 3 damage.
Yep. All right, so now it's your turn.
I'm gonna try to hit it again
Okay.
with my mace. Okay. 16.
That hits. And so you'll do 6 damage. That's actually enough. You crush its skull, bash, and its skull just caves in, and it slumps down dead. So you vanquished the giant brown bat.
Okay. Good. Isn't bat guano expensive?
I don't know. It just comes out of bats' bums.
Well, don't they use it to make like makeup and stuff?
Possibly.
Ew.
I could use bat guano and sell it.
I would not want that.
Well, is there any more gems in this room?
There's probably quite a few. If you take your time, you could end up with a pretty good enough to fill like a backpack or a bundle.
I'll keep doing that then. I'm just gonna pick out all the gems.
I'll say you guys probably spend a good 35, 40 minutes picking up gems, and before your candles are going to burn out soon. You want to give yourself enough candle to get you out of here, right? So you spend until your candles are down to where you estimate you can get out of here and still have a little light. And you've got pretty good amount of gems stuffed in your bags. Now you got to make the climb down. It's going to be a little harder because you got bags of heavy gems on you.
Well, I thought... Wait, do you have a backpack?
I have an adventurer's pack.
I was gonna say, what we could try is I could...
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got them in your pack and stuffed in pouches, but it still weighs you down.
Oh, okay. Well, let's cross then.
It's not like you're carrying bags of gems in your hands.
Oh, I was gonna do that. I was gonna fill up like 5 bags and take them all. Okay, well, I'll just try to cross then.
Okay, so you got to make a climb check to be able to get down the big stalactite.
Okay, I have climbing. So, I got 4. With my climbing asset, that's still not enough.
6.
So you slip and fall. Now you are still tied together with the rope, so you need to make a might roll, Hermione, in order to hang onto the rope so he doesn't smash into the ground 60 feet below.
Huh.
Is that a...
Well, you need to check your assets first. You need to check all your assets and stuff. Don't just roll.
And you could have spent speed points, but instead you just rolled.
Okay.
Well, it's because I'm really low. I need to make sure I still have some. Just in
Well, but
case
she
something-
could have spent some on that might check, but she didn't.
Okay, so.
So, but that's okay. That's the points are there for. You guys don't usually. You guys just are happy to roll. You should spend a little time looking at your character and see how you can make that roll easier. And if you still decide not to spend points, that's fine. But you slow his descent a little bit, but it pulls you out of the cave.
Out of the cave.
And so you hit the ground and take 3 points of might damage. And then you hear a loud scream, "Ah!" And you look up and Hermione is falling right down towards you. What do you do?
I'll just move out of the way.
You gonna move out of the way and let her hit the ground?
Oh, she'll hit me. I'll take more damage.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know what I could do.
Okay. About to lose my mind.
What do I do?
Well, you can try to catch her. I don't know.
Well, she's... Okay, I guess I can try to catch her. I'll try to catch her.
Okay, or you can just jump out of the way, whatever.
I'll try to catch her.
Okay, so be a might roll.
Okay. I'll use might. $12.
So you manage to, as she comes down, she sort of falls into you, and you're able to cushion the blow.
I knew I was going to take more damage.
Well, she was probably going to split her head open if you didn't. So.
I saved you again in the cave.
Remember, you got to give him. Did you give him the point?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you did. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So then.
Oh yeah, you need to write that.
I only have one more.
Well, do you want to?
You can rest.
Yeah.
I mean, or we could just try to make it back to
You
that.
can make a recovery roll. Your first one of the day only costs 1 action. You just do it right now.
Okay.
No.
What?
Roll a 6-sided dice and add your tier.
Okay.
What's your tier?
2.
Oh, so 8. So you gain 8 points. You can put them wherever you want to. Do you want to do the same thing? Do a recovery roll?
Nah, that's okay.
Okay. So you can dump them all into might, or you can put them wherever you want.
I put them all into might.
Okay. Then check the box on recovery rolls for the 1 action, so that you know you've already spent that one. There you go. All right. So you guys make it out of the cave just as your candles are burning out. You timed it pretty good. You're able to get past that ridge and back out into here. And now as you're heading back towards home, you hear that zzz, that buzzing sound again. What do you do?
I forgot. I want to check that burrow. Remember the burrow?
Mm-hmm.
I want to try and check that burrow and see if it is. Well, I don't know, because it could just lead to the beehive, and I could get hurt. Maybe I'll just keep moving and try to avoid the beehive.
So you guys will have to make a stealth roll to try and get around that beehive.
What if I go way around that beehive?
Well, you can. You still have to be kind of stealthy.
Okay.
You have to roll that, Amelia, not just set it down.
I don't think I have anything that could help me. So could I use? What would I use? Like, what type of points?
It'd be speed.
Okay, I'll use.
Because
Some,
you're trying to be agile and sneaky.
I'll use some speed. 8.
Because you used the points, yes. And Amelia made her roll as well. So you managed to get around the hive, and then you head back towards the chalk road. It's nighttime. You have to spend the night out here by the chalk road.
I got a tent.
Okay, so you set up your tent.
Mhm.
Is it one that you set up on the ground, or one that you can set up in a tree, or what sort of tent is it?
Well, I was assuming it was one I could put anywhere. It's an all-terrain tent.
So you put it like in the middle of a lake?
No,
And while you're doing that, I can build like a high-tech treehouse.
Mm-hmm.
probably not. You don't have any
Turrets, and a
technology.
refrigerator, and a television with internet.
No, I'll just put my tent in a tree, and I'll go climb in my tent.
Okay. Miss Pick, roll the 6-sided dice.
4.
I'm going to say on a 5 or 6 you're going to have an encounter. So you guys managed to pass the night without any other difficulties or any creatures. You make it back to Bonehaven the next afternoon, and people are excited to see your return. What happened? What was the beast that attacked this man?
I'll be like, it was a ginormous bat.
No, we don't believe you. What proof do you have?
I have some bat poop.
No, you could have found that anywhere. Ginormous bat. Probably just a little
Do I
bat.
have the scratch marks from the bat?
But that's not proof. It could have been like a copy.
No, actually, people are pretty interested in your tale. They want to hear. They see the scratch marks and the bite marks, and you tell them all about this ferocious bat and how you saved it, and people are real excited. And then, do you show them all the gems?
No.
Nope.
I'm keeping all my gems secret.
I'm giving some to the guy who makes the
I'm gonna go up to that guy and I'm gonna sell him all the gems.
Yeah.
He said, "Well, I don't have any money on me right now. I'll take these gems, take them back to Kilano. I'll craft them and sell them, and then I'll send along your profits if you like."
Okay.
I'll keep my gems and I'll find another person to sell
I
them
don't
to.
really need those, so I'll just give them to him.
Oh, you're just giving them to me, or?
No!
Oh, well,
Dude,
that's
let's
so
go
nice.
with the plan.
Oh, okay. We'll do the plan. Well, I'll tell you what. You can let me stay here until I'm all healed up. Then maybe you can escort me back to Kilano, and I can pay you there once we get there.
Okay.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys go, and and have a nice evening recuperating from your wounds, feeding your dinos, and that ends your adventure in the cave of the Fledermaus.
The Fledermaus.
The vet in German.
Yep. All right. So, for killing the bat and getting the gems, I'm going to award you each one additional experience point.
Yay, I have 3.
I have enough to do a level up.
All right. So, let's go ahead and sign off, and then we'll do some leveling up and stuff. You guys have a good time?
Yep.
What was your favorite part, Hermione?
Wow, when I killed the bat.
What was yours, Jerry?
Getting all the gems so I can sell them.
Excellent. All right. Well, signing out. We will see you next time in Predation.
Goodbye.
Bye.